Oh, you're out of control. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike is just on another one today. He's out of control.
Is this live?
We are live.
Wow.
We are live.
Sudden. My mic was not even set. Let me move it around here a little bit.
100% set, man. It's as set as it's going to get.
Yeah.
Man, what a fucking day today. Got done with the gym, went out to dinner with the team, right? And then we went down the most ridiculous rabbit hole I've ever been down in my entire fucking life.
I really didn't think you were going to jump into that, but yeah.
I mean, I would like to say that I don't think I jumped in too much as far as actually jumping in, but we were fucking balls deep in some fucking conspiracy theory talk. I mean, we were talking like 9/11 and, I mean, Kennedy assassination.
We're everywhere.
And Vegas and like all this other kind of shit. I didn't even know what to do. Honestly, like I was just sitting there the entire conversation as Mike dove in, Ed dove in, Fluffy and Jake, and I was like sitting there like, I think this is my expression. Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I really thought that I was like, purple belt, brown belt, conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat wearer level, but then I realized that I'm closer to like a 4-stripe blue belt, maybe.
Dude, I am
like a low-level purple belt.
I 100% want to say that I'm like a 0-stripe white belt as far as conspiracy theories go. I think I might have gained 2 stripes possibly over this conversation we had at dinner, but man, fucking our teammates, they are like they know everything. It's ridiculous. I've never fucking heard so much information in regards to 9/11 ever in my entire fucking life. Now, granted, I'm not going to say that I'm starting to believe any of that, but it sounds a little fishy. A lot of the information that was provided to me made me think twice about a couple things here or there. I'm not going to lie. Also, apparently, I don't know anything about this, but there's like a thing, not just a dark web, but there's a darker web. What the fuck? There's a darker web than the dark web? What is this madness? I'm so tempted to go through there, but I feel like as soon as like I jump in, I'm going to buy. Something bad's gonna happen to me. Like
you're gonna click your mouse, and then immediately you're gonna hear a knock on your door.
What are you doing, sir? What are you doing? Not gonna do it, but man, that just sounds pretty tempting. Okay,
MMA.
Moving on, MMA, right? So MMA, we've got a lot to talk about this week. First off, UFC 216 this past weekend, tons of things happened as far as matchups goes. Titles are provided, championships and records were broken. All kinds of crazy shit. 2 draws? What the fuck is that? Also, we're going to be talking about the greatest promotion of all time. Pride FC turns 20 this week. Pride FC held its first event. I think it was October 11th of 2000 or.
No. But I got a question though. What? How does Pride turn 20 if it's dead?
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the card. We'll have this discussion about Pride. You can't talk badly about Pride. That's like talking bad.
It's not. It's Pride is a set of DVD tapes now that the UFC bought.
DVD tapes.
Those are 2 things combined. Yes, I know. DVD tapes.
Don't talk shit on my DVDs, bro. Every single DVD here in the collection. All right?
But as you know, when the UFC bought Pride, they didn't actually buy an organization. They bought a set of DVDs. So,
all right, UFC 216. 216, pretty good card. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty happy with the card from, I'd say, for 9% of the time it was playing.
It was extremely weird. I don't have this pulled up in front of me, but I don't think you will find a card that has 3 submissions and 2 draws on the main card.
Dude,
can you name a card that has 2 draws and 3 submissions in it?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. It was, so here's the breakdown. We had submission on the main card, right? 4 submissions on the main card, a draw on the main card. 4 submissions on the main card.
My bad.
And a draw.
Okay.
Ridiculous. And to top it off, we had another draw on the card.
Okay.
Fucking crazy. I will say this, though. I don't know what I was doing that day, but I got home really tired, and I went to go watch the fights, and I completely fell asleep in the middle of Marco Beltran and Matt Schnell. I'm sorry. I apologize, Marco Beltran and Matt Schnell, but definitely fell asleep. Like, I did one of those where I was, like, sleeping, and I woke myself up because, like, I took too deep of a breath or like I snored. What the fuck? Oh, the fight's done. Okay, time for Paulina Botello and Pro Gonzalez. Two of the hottest women ever to step in the octagon at the same time. That fight had so much fucking sexiness oozing through the screen. I didn't know what to do. Did you see them?
I was on the way to your house.
Very attractive. First off, we already know Pro Gonzalez is attractive. And Paulina, I don't even know how to say it. Poliana Botello, she ain't bad.
Yeah,
she ain't bad.
I saw pictures.
I was kind of impressed. Now the fight itself, boring as fuck.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Probably the worst fight on the entire card. Pro Gonzalez just pinning Paulina on the cage the entire fight. It was terrible. I did not want to watch it, but I watched it because they're super hot. Now, here's the problem. When Poliana opened up her mouth, man voice, 100%.
Yeah, when we first talked about this fight, you described it as a cyborg-esque type voice. Which
yes, Cyborg, excellent fighter, but personally a little bit too raspy of a voice for me. A little bit too manly. I just don't like it. Nothing wrong.
A little too much testosterone, maybe.
A little bit too much.
Traces of that.
A little bit too much. But yeah, man, that fight was fucking boring as hell. So I woke up from a boring ass fight, Matt Schnell and Marco Beltran, and then I woke up and I watched a boring ass fight, and I watched that whole thing through because again those were two fucking super smoke shows. But right after that, solid fight. Lando Venata versus Bobby Green. Now, on paper, excellent matchup. Mm-hmm. But I want to say that I was thinking that Bobby Green was going to get basically fed the lines. I thought that was the plan the whole time is match up Bobby Green, throw him out there with Lando Venata. Bobby Green already kind of
hold up now.
Yes, absolutely. Bobby Green on the decline at the time.
Bobby, you make that point, but he's been a top 10 fighter, so
he was at one point
yes.
a top 10 fighter, but then on a 3-fight losing streak.
But it's not due to him having a good game plan, going out there and executing a good game plan. That's all about him being kind of an idiot, doing dumb things.
3-fight losing streak, dating back to November 22nd, 2014. So hasn't won a fight since July of 2014. That's over 3 years ago, brother. Mm-hmm. Now, I will say this. I think Bobby Green is an excellent fighter. I've actually underestimated him quite a bit throughout his career, especially when he came to the UFC, because I bet money on this against him in his fight against Jake Volkman. I thought he was going to get wrestle-fucked. I bet against him against Jim Krause. I bet against him against Pat Healy. And I bet against him against Josh Thompson. And I lost money every single time out. So, don't get me wrong. I think Bobby Green's an excellent fighter. But I just felt with this matchup against Lando Venata, on a decline, long break, I think they were trying to set him up to just kind of, push Lando Venata to the next level. Now, Lando, on the other hand, not the best record, but flashy motherfucker. Entertaining as hell. Lost to T-Ferg, who is now the interim champ. Knockout, wheel kick, highlight reel knockout against John McDessie. You remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
That was spectacular. And then a brawl for the ages against David Timur.
I think it was either one.
Timur.
Anyway, like Timur.
So I think they were setting up for that. But man, the fight, kind of crazy, right? The first round, Lando Venata looking like he's going to get the finish. Drops Bobby Green and throws a knee that as soon as he throws it, knows that it's illegal.
Yes.
He did one of those where he stops like, And
Bobby Green knew it was legal because once he got grazed by it, he immediately started acting like, he got knocked the fuck out.
He melted a little bit, but I got to give him props because he said he was okay and he ended up coming back.
Yeah.
I think he could have, because of the ass whooping he was getting, he could have said that completely ruined the fight for him, and then he would have, I think it would have been like a no contest, right?
Yeah.
Or it would have been a DQ or no contest.
Either one of those. I ain't the commission, but...
Yeah, I mean, either way, he would have been able to get away with it. But, takes a knee, and then Herb Dean, right? Herb Dean was the ref. Mm-hmm. Props to him. Takes a point off right away, which you never see that kind of shit happen.
I mean, if it's like an eye poke or groin shot, no, but like a blatant illegal knee, isn't that pretty much...
I've never seen someone take... Hell no, I've never seen someone take a point. Perfect example: Eddie Alvarez versus Dustin.
Well, that was a no contest, or they stopped the fight there.
Correct.
There couldn't have been any points taken away because there was no points left. It was over.
Stop being so damn smart.
I'm just.
But yeah, I mean, like the fight. So that's the first round. Gets the point deducted. Landon the Bananas winning. I think a 10-8. You can give him 10-8. Right? So let's do the math here.
Well,
because he almost finished the fight. 10-8. Right?
I was gonna say I like this, including all the good fights, but in this event, there was a couple fights where I looked at the fight and said, "This is gonna be a draw." Yeah. And what happened was the judges actually scored it correctly, and it was a draw.
So first round.
The first round was a 10-9 Venata. So then
10-9.
10-9. He loses a point, so it's 9-9. Okay. And then Bobby Green comes back, wins the second round, and then Venata wins the third.
So here's how I had it. So I had 10-8. 10-8 first round. Second round, Bobby Green takes it. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be 9-10, right? Mm-hmm. And in the last round, I had 9-9.
Okay.
Which ended up making it what? That ends up being a draw, regardless, right?
Mm-hmm. Same thing.
Damn. The judges got it right, regardless of how you scored it. Ended up being right. Good match. Excellent fight. Mm-hmm. They're probably going to run it back. I have no problem with it. You don't think so? What are they going to do?
I mean, there's so many. Who would Venata is so fun to watch. He can be thrown in there with a lot of people. I don't think that needs to be done again.
I mean, well, it's just out there. Like,
do you want to see Dunham Dariush again?
Yes, I would love to see both of those they ran both of them back. They're both good fights. They were not boring.
They can flip flop.
They're both so lame. Though.
They're all 155, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they can flip flop. I'd be better with that almost.
I feel like they have to run back Lando because Lando had the fight right there. You know, like at the and he fucked it up. And then Bobby Green comes back. Like and at the end of the round, Bobby Green looks like he's gonna knock out Lando Venata, rocks him solid. I feel like that would be
okay. Well, let's look. Okay, like a fighter coming up and a fight coming up. Darren Till, right?
Okay.
He fought Dalby or Dansby. Dalby.
Losing me here. Okay.
It was a draw. There were two undefeated fighters, and they would go to a draw.
Okay. Yes. I know what you're talking about.
Why don't they do that back?
Nicholas Dalby, because nobody gives a fuck about Nicholas Dalby and Darren Till at that point.
Oh, I mean the fanboys for Dariush and Dunham are just knocking down the doors right now for that rematch. Like I can hear them right now.
Hey man, don't talk on us Dariushis, okay?
The aliens.
The fucking name, goddamn. Here's a good example. So we had Jake jump in real quick. Jake Nicholson saying that a blatant knee with no points taken away. Michael Bisping versus George Santiago. Fight continued. No points taken away.
Okay.
That's a good example. Thank you very much, Jake. Appreciate that. Thanks for the point. The point on that guy.
Keeping us in line. Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, overall, Lando versus Bobby Green, excellent fight. Like I said, I would love to see that one. They ran that one back, and then it got fight of the night too, which I think was well deserved.
It wasn't above and beyond better than everything else, but it was a fight of the night worthy.
I think so too. Moving on up, we had Cody Stamann versus Tommy Duquesnoy. Like I said at that time, it was like
I think that was right. I think you heard it too many times.
Duquesnoy. And that was an okay fight, not too bad. Cody Stamann coming in, stopping the hype train. A lot of hype behind Tom Duquesnoy, French kid, trained over at ATT. I want to say now, right? Was that right?
ATT known for the elbows.
Trained ATT, known for the elbows. Great kickboxer, good looking kid, marketable. Right? He had everything, but I mean. Cody Stamann coming in and just stopping the hype train, looking good, staying on the outside, and just overall striking look good, his wrestling good, no real deficiencies per se. Both guys coming in at 15-1, and then Stamann keeping the record, keeping the other loss off of his record. So he ended up taking that one decision. It was a split decision. I thought it was pretty clear as far as the decision goes. Goes 16-1. Nothing too crazy as far as that fight goes. Both kids young. Plenty of room for both of them to keep growing and moving. Tom Dickenwaz got 2 losses on the record, but he'll be fine. Cody Stamann, he's probably going to be put on the fast track, and they might give him like a little bit stiffer competition. But it was a pretty good fight. Now that should not have been the main card on the preliminary card, right? The main fight on the preliminaries. That actually would have been Evan Dunham versus Beneil Dariush, right?
Yeah.
Got bumped up. We had some injuries and whatnot. But alas, no, actually, that should have been.
Well, the girls' fight got moved up into the main card.
What is his name? Will Brooks and
Nick Lentz.
Yes, that got pulled. That should have been the main fight on the preliminary card. Moving on though, Beneil Dariush versus Evan Dunham. Pretty solid fight.
Mm-hmm. See that one was the 10-8 and then 10-9, 10-9.
Yes,
that one was clearly a draw.
A very clear draw.
Yeah,
very good call. I mean, I don't know who the judges were.
I liked the judges,
but they were on point. No Adelaide Bird to be seen anywhere. I don't think. Actually, what if she was actually on the card? How funny would that be? But Beneil Dariush versus Evan Dunham, good fight. Beneil Dariush rocking Dunham, working him on the ground in the first round. Did a great job controlling the fight. And then in the second round, Dunham coming back and keeping just a steady pace. Nothing too like crazy as far as like spectacular moments. No 10-8s, no knockdowns like that. But consistent pace and just consistently peppering away at Dariush. By the end of the fight, I mean, it looked like Dariush was spent and his punches really didn't have much behind them. And Evan just consistently coming at him and at him and at him. Great fight. Like you said, I mean, I totally agree with the judge's call. 10-8, 9-9, or 10-8, 10-9, 10-9. Both rounds at the end for Dunham and then the 10-8 for Dariush. Great fight. Anything else you want to add to that?
If there was, judging like this event, people wouldn't be, calling for new point system and new, judging system. If it was, as effective as it was. Yeah. I mean, we had obviously 4 submissions and 2 draws, but out of those 6 fights, we knew those, outcomes were what we wanted.
Yep, completely agree. I mean, good stuff from the judges. Very rare that you ever give that much props and praise.
And also, like, you notice this too, those 2 draws, when the hands are raised, both the guys had, 4 of the guys had smiles.
Yeah.
Both pairs were both like, that's a draw.
Yeah. No, I think the only person that complained, and he didn't even do it in the cage, really, was Beneil Dariush. There's interviews afterwards like, well, I think I clearly won the fight. I dominated 10-8 the first round and won the third, which I don't know how he thinks he won that. But Beneil Dariush, a little bit of complaints over on his end. Everyone else, like you said, okay with the calls.
See, if we just have a half, confident judging, I think that this 10-9 system could work.
You know what's crazy? The judges are getting this much praise for those 2 fights and the overall card, but that's like what they should be doing.
Yeah.
They're getting praise for being
confident,
for doing the bare minimum of their job. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy, and they get paid pretty good money too. It's a couple $1,000 per event. I would love to have that job and not do anything else. That'd be fucking great. Watch fights, judge them, not even give good scores. Fuck it. I want that guy to win because he's wearing cool shorts. That doesn't happen anymore because everyone's wearing Reebok. But you get what I'm saying.
They got these new cool Reeboks though, huh?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna complain about those. They ain't too bad looking. I wish they had more colors. I really do. But hey, it is what it is. From there we had Mara Romero Borella and Kalindra Fart. Man, these names.
Well, do they even have Wikipedias? They're no namers.
They both had their debuts in the UFC. We had a submission in the first round by Mara Romero Borella. Man, that name is just...
Was she like the first Italian woman fighter?
There was the first Italian woman that she also had like some blue and white flag. Excuse me for not being cultured, but I did not recognize it.
What did we figure where it was? Yeah, it was. We did.
What did we say it was? Was it Greece?
No, it was South American. It was
Argentina?
It wasn't Argentina. It was Uruguay. Was it Uruguay?
I have no idea. Pull it up. Panama?
It was
Mexico.
No.
Spain.
Quit doing this.
It was a pretty good fight.
Yeah.
Good debut for Maria Barella. But it wasn't too much of a highlight. That fight should have stayed on the undercard. Two debuting fighters. I think they should have, if anything, maybe tossed Lando Venata and Bobby Green in the main card as opposed to these two debuting fighters.
But that's
I don't know. I have
kind of
no.
what they do. I don't have anything off the top of my head to pull back from, but I'm pretty sure there's been a couple events where a fight's dropped and they just kind of push the women's fight up.
That's crazy.
Just to,
Diversity.
It wasn't just for diversity, but also
It wasn't a bad fight. It wasn't a bad fight.
Fun.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be sexist, which it probably said. Well, that's like what every sexist says ever, right? I'm not trying to be sexist, but prepare yourself for a sexist comment. Fuck, god damn it. I'm not trying to be sexist, but I just don't feel like those two fighters in particular, male or female, if they're debuting, should be on the main card.
Yeah.
They need to be on the undercard.
Especially with the fan base that Dariush and Dunham have.
Exactly.
Calling out for the rematch.
Actually, talking about Beneil Dariush and Evan Dunham and that tie, that draw that we had, you're saying they should go and fight other people. I think they should run it back. If we look at the rankings, let's go ahead and talk about both of them where they stand. So we've got Evan Dunham at number 14, Beneil Dariush at 12. Who would you have them fight? What is a matchup that makes sense? Taisimov is pretty tough, but I feel like there's no reason to toss him in there with Evan Dunham and Beneil Dariush. Anthony Pettis, who's at number 13. Ali Quinta.
Loser of Poirier Pettis. How about that?
And who gets the match? Loser of Poirier Pettis gets who?
Flip a fucking coin. Don't matter.
But that's what I'm saying. At this point,
but there's so many good fighters in that won the 155 division.
But the thing is, why were we gonna move either guy up to fight someone higher in the rankings, or move someone down to fight someone lower in the rankings if they had a draw? There's no clear reason as to why either guy should have a matchup against a higher ranked opponent. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like because of that and the outcome, and the ranking situation rather, it makes sense to run it back. I had to think about that. I had to let it simmer to come back with actually a good reason as to why I think it should be brought back.
No, I don't have any extremely good reasons why not, but at the same time that fight really doesn't have me super pumped for a sequel,
What does have you super pumped for? Where?
What fight has me super pumped for a sequel?
Do you ever get pumped for a fight? I feel like every fight.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying,
okay, what sequel would I like to see? What fight?
I don't know. I mean, what fight period? It sounds like you hate fights.
I don't even know how to explain or answer that one. I'm obviously in front of a mic talking about fights.
Oh shit. Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess. Moving on.
Yeah, just like the lightweight division should.
Moving on, just like the lightweight division should. Verdun versus Walt Harris. I mean, man, what can we say about this fight? You got to
I don't know why I'm gonna pivot a little. I'm pivoting a little bit, but I'm going to. Before the show, we are talking about how the 125 division, or DJ's division, the flyweight. I think the fighters are a little bit better than people make them out to be. And I think this heavyweight fight shows that. There's such a discrepancy in the amount of skill from Verdun to Walt Harris.
Yeah.
Whereas in the flyweight division, that's not going to happen. Because everybody is skilled. They're not as exciting. They're not knocking people out because they're a little bit smaller men. But they have more skill. And to say that DJ's fighting lesser fighters. Just look at Walt Harris versus Verdun. There is a fucking Grand Canyon size gap in between skill.
I see exactly what you're saying. I get it. But I think the gap is very similar in heavyweight compared to flyweight, but in different aspects. Here's what I mean. Here's what I mean. DJ versus the rest of the
but if you compare... Go ahead.
Hear me out, brother. Hear me out.
Okay.
Right? DJ, Huge gap, rest of the competition. Everyone else from there on, easy, right? Top 6, I'd say even actually top 5. And then there's the drop off from there on out for heavyweight. It's just same difference in skill, I think, and same discrepancies in skills, and I think so. But like if you look at the top 5,
out of 100 fights, Verdum, Walt Harris, Verdum could probably do that quicker or within a minute in 95% of the fights.
Oh,
do you not doubt that?
That's absolutely. Yeah, I mean, as soon as he got on the mat,
do you think Benavidez could do that to Tim Elliott 95% of the time out of 100 fights?
DJ does it to the rest of the fucking division.
But I'm saying from like a Tim Elliott to a Benavidez or something. Like,
yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I could see. Now, I'm on the same page. I think the flyweights probably get underappreciated compared to the rest of the UFC roster. But I mean, it's just big dudes beating the shit. Like, I'm one of those people that gets fascinated by fucking large guys because I'm not a fucking big guy. So to watch big guys beat the shit out of other big guys, because it's just like, whoa, what the fuck? Because I know I couldn't do that. And they just do it with such ease. I think that's what the appeal is. I mean, you've rolled with guys that are like heavyweights, 230, 240. And then if you add skill to that, like let's use, for example, Ed, our training partner. Yeah. He's about 220-ish pounds, right?
Yeah.
220. Mm-hmm. He's a white belt. Probably not the most fun to roll with him because he's a fucking wrecking ball.
Yeah.
He's shaped like a cinder block, and he comes at you full force with this much skill. Now, imagine if he had this much skill.
Yes.
It'd be a fucking nightmare. Now, saying that, watching heavyweights just take each other out like this is fucking fascinating. I love watching that shit.
It is fascinating. I agree with you.
That's why people love the heavyweight division.
But like you said, Ed has this much skill because it's a little bit harder to learn skills and adopt things when you're bigger.
Yes.
Whereas I think all little guys,
they're all 100%.
They all start with a little bit higher skill because it's easier to move around as a little guy.
So if we're talking about like, let's talk video games, and you're creating characters and they'll have power levels for different skill sets, right?
Yeah.
Heavyweights will have like power 99. Speed, 70, fucking agility, etc. Right?
Ability to learn or add new skills.
2.
Yeah, heavyweights would have it because not only that,
flyweights like 99 the whole way through except power. Power will be like at 25.
Not only that, when you're bigger, you get into bad habits and you use your strength.
Yes. I mean, I get it.
And it kind of snowballs. Where it's like you can see in these fights that. These heavyweights don't have the skill, and we're just
not all heavyweights. That's the thing, not all heavyweights. And that's where it really kind of puts into perspective how good someone like Verdum is.
Yeah.
Like, think about how easily he was able to dispatch Walt Harris. Literally took the single leg. He's like, oh, that leg right there, I'm going to go and pick that up real quick and sit you down. Let me take your back real quick. Takes his back as if it's fucking nothing. Literally stepped in both hooks. We actually worked on the technique today. The exact same back take. Took the back. Both hooks came in, pulled them back, and then transitioned from back control, seatbelt position, Kimura grip, straight to the armbar, and just hit it like that. Amazing. I mean, something really that you can appreciate as a fight fan. And to top it all off, Verdum's stand-up is no joke.
And there was no Verdum face either, so.
And dude, the entire time
Verdum face is MIA.
The entire time we're watching the fight, the entire time we're watching the fight, Mike was like, "You better not fucking do the Verdum face. Don't do it. I'll leave. I mean, if he does the Verdum face."
See, I had the same reaction to the Verdum face that you had to all of Tony Ferguson.
Oh my god, we'll get to Tony Ferguson in a second, but for Richard Verdum, looking slick on the mat, getting the W. It took him a total of 1 minute and 5 seconds to go from striking to takedown to grappling to submission. Pretty impressive. Good stuff. He's actually having a quick turnaround time. They just pulled out Hunt from the fight in Sydney, and Verdum is going to go ahead and replace him.
So, since we've been wearing our tinfoil hats today.
Yes, we have. We have.
I mean, I just took mine off, but do you see any shadiness, conspiracy behind this? Because
I can see.
Well, let me just say, like when he was talking all like the craziness about Lesnar,
Yes.
Fuck the UFC,
Yes.
they're fucking me over.
Yes.
They were putting him in fights immediately. Like he fought like two or like
back to back.
Yeah, he's been back to back, and they didn't pull him on those fights. And for some reason, they're gonna pull him off a Sydney card where he's gonna be the biggest. Like you can't get anybody a bigger draw in Sydney.
Benil Dariush.
Evan Dunham.
Benil Dariush 2. Sydney. UFC Sydney.
The Rumble down on.
The Rumble down. Fuck. No, I mean, I don't exactly know. I know they've had some legal troubles. They've been going back and forth with the whole lawsuit of Brock Lesnar, and I don't know exactly what the lawsuit entails, but I know there's a lot of back and forth. I don't know if it's coming to a close or maybe they're trying to negotiate or something of the sort. But he did get pulled. Now he did go on an interview and say, "Well, I've been having issues with my memory. I'm losing track of things and this and that." From the UFC's perspective, I get why they would use that to pull him.
But they said, I just put that point out. So taking off the tinfoil hat for a second.
I can see both perspectives. Yeah. From Mark Hunt's perspective, I understand why he thinks they're pulling him off.
Yeah.
They don't want him to make money, trying to fuck him over, right?
So
that's what he thinks.
So stepping away from the conspiracy and thinking that, that could be a possibility, but at the same time,
it makes sense. I think there's, Verdun was healthy. He literally took 0 damage.
Well, if they're so concerned about Hunt's health, his brain trauma, whatever,
right.
Why are people fighting with staff? Why are these commissions, deciding these weird, making these weird decisions?
Kevin Lee didn't say, "Oh, hey, I've got staff. Go ahead and."
Well, you saw the. I mean, this is in UFC, but you saw the video of the guy that was had to be carried onto the.
Yeah, but that was.
I'm saying.
Let me explain something to you. So, for those of you that have never had a professional fight and have never gone through the medicals of to go into a professional event, there's not much to it. I've been through it. I've fought. I have a fantastic record, but I've been through it and I know exactly what it is. Basically, here's what happens. You go in, you talk to the doctor. Doctor tells you, "How do you feel?" "I feel great." "Okay. Do you have anything I need to be concerned about?" "No." "Okay. Touch your toes. Touch this. Touch that." It's just general movements that you're doing. It's nothing spectacular. They check your eyes. They ask you if you're hydrated. They ask you if you feel dizzy. They have you, I think, walk a little bit and then squat. But it's nothing crazy. So when Kevin Lee says, "Yeah, they didn't notice," it's because they didn't do a skin check. It's not wrestling. Back in the wrestling days.
No, I see what you mean, but at the same time, do you see my point of they're concerned about one area heavily, and then another area they kind of slipped on. So we don't know exactly.
I don't know how big the outlet was that they had the interview, that Mark Hunt had the interview on.
Yeah.
If it's a huge outlet, I don't know, let's say it's like Good Morning America, a comparison,
gotcha.
right? And he goes out and says, "I have memory loss and this and that." That's a fucking huge liability, right? So, again, I don't know anything about Australian TV or radio, so I can't really comment on that. But I don't see anything wrong with pulling him. He shouldn't be saying shit like that. It's like when Kane got pulled off. "Well, I've been doing a lot of CBD oil because I have problems with my back and I have problems moving around and walk." Like, they pulled him like that. Same shit. I just think because there is no commission in Sydney, the UFC manages the events down there and they pulled the trigger. I don't think there's much as far as a conspiracy. I don't think there should be a conspiracy. Homeboy's saying I can't remember shit.
Yeah.
I've got concussions. Bro, come on.
We've seen your fights. We believe that.
We're in the fight game. Yeah. We understand. It's the fight game. Come on. You don't need to go ahead and tell people that kind of stuff. It's a given. All right?
We've seen you fight Silva, the first one.
We've seen all of your fucking fights. Relax. But yeah, Fabricio Verdun looked good. Nothing much to say about Walt Harris. Props to him. Participation trophy goes out to him. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for showing up. Hopefully you got an extra paycheck. But man, Just a different level.
Well, did you see how much
You got paid?
Verdum? I mean, obviously Walt Harris got paid.
Right. Wait, how much did Verdum get paid?
I think Verdum made almost $500,000 off that fight.
Good for him.
400,000 or something
Good
like that.
for fucking him.
And yeah, I was like, and you wouldn't have taken that fight? He was like questioning taking that fight. I'm like, Like if it was like 50,000, you know?
No, 500, $500,000?
I think he made like 400,000.
I'm 100% on board. I will take any fucking fight for that much. It does not matter to me who it was. I would have taken that fight so goddamn quick. Verdum made $400,000 to beat up poor old Walt Harris, and Walt Harris comes out making $28,000. I'm pretty sure they gave him a little extra in the back room for taking the fight. They had to have. But yeah, $400,000 ain't bad for an armbar in a minute. Not taking a single goddamn punch all day, all fucking day. Oh, you don't know jiu-jitsu? And we're gonna find that you don't know jiu-jitsu though, and you don't have wrestling. $400,000? I'm in.
Yeah.
No problem, bro. No problem. Moving on. Once we got done with Fabricio Verdum and Walt Harris and that whole spiel, we had DJ and Ray Borg. 125-pound championship fight. 125-pound championship fight. Demetrius Johnson going in for the record for most consecutive title defenses at 11, right? A potential record.
Correct.
And he goes in and just completely outclasses.
If you look at the strikes landed by Ray Borg,
not pathetic because it's DJ, but man, it was like this. I think it was a round where he literally landed one punch.
One of the rounds he landed one punch. I think in total he landed maybe 20 strikes, not significant strikes, but like strikes. Yeah,
it's fucking crazy.
And we're talking about like when somebody's got your back or something, you're just kind of punching them behind, like those kind of shots. But he did not land very many significant strikes at all.
Man, that is just out of control. I mean, like if you really think about that, he landed 20 fucking strikes, and you are you are in that particular scenario the second best guy in the division.
Yeah,
fighting for the championship, and you get blown out like that. That's nuts, man. You gotta give it to DJ. DJ is on another level. I mean, what can you say about the guy? Flawless fucking performance, right?
Yeah, I mean, could well be the greatest submission ever.
I think there's no doubt that it's the best one of the year.
Well, if you add the circumstance, the level of competition, and then the actual submission, it makes a case for the best ever.
There. It's definitely up there. I think. I mean, there's a couple
because
other fights.
There's not that many title fights with that good of that level of submission.
I think the only other fight now the way DJ has it beat is because of the situation, right? It's a championship bout against the number 3 guy, number 4 guy, or whatever Ray Borg was at the time. But the only other fight that might be more spectacular was Bellator. I don't know. It was like in the early 20s or 30s, but it was Bellator where George. Oh man, it's the inverted triangle submission. It's probably one of the best submissions of all time. Bellator inverted triangle.
I mean, I can think of a couple other really big ones. I mean,
Toby Amato versus George Masvidal. One of the best submissions I've ever seen in my entire life. George Masvidal goes for a takedown or ends up scrambling, gets caught in a reverse triangle or an inverted triangle, whatever you want to call it, with Toby Amato on his back. George stands up and Amato locks it in, holds on the crotch, extends, squeezes. George Masvidal passes out on his feet. One of the best submissions I've ever seen in my life.
That is a legit fighter too. I mean,
fuck yeah, it is.
Game bred ain't, you know.
He ain't no joke.
Yeah.
He ain't no joke. But I think Demetrius Johnson hasn't beat Toby Amato for the best submission of all time because, like you said, championship fight, 11th title defense, 10th or 11th? 11th, right?
Yeah,
11th title defense, and against the number 3-4 guy in the entire world.
Known as a grappler.
Yeah. I mean, that's just insane. I mean, And what did he win? The only thing that the only problem I really have really with the submission is the fucking name that DJ came up with. Dude, you have the best fucking submission of all time, and you call it the Mighty Whiz Bar? What the dude? The perfect name is right in front. Mousetrap. Your name is Mighty Mouse. Mousetrap. It's like a no-brainer. Like,
I didn't even think of that.
I got so upset when I heard that. Mighty Whiz Bar.
It doesn't come off the tongue well. It's not something you want to like. You're not going to be at a UFC event yelling the Mighty Whiz Bar. Like,
hit the Mighty Whiz Bar. How about a jiu-jitsu tournament, Coach McGuy? Hey, hit the Mighty Whiz Bar.
Yeah, I mean, you can see someone yelling Mousetrap a fool. Come on now.
Mousetrap. It just, I mean, I felt like that was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Dropped the ball. Flawless career, flawless performance, flawless submission. But man, I feel like DJ dropped the ball. That just Mousetrap. Just go with the Mousetrap. Mm-hmm. Man, come on. Big GIFs everywhere, flying everywhere. Mousetrap. Just, oh man. Ray Borg did a good job, but man, it's just, I think there was a quote from Ray Borg that described the situation perfectly. Ray Borg, a scrambler, pretty good all-around fighter, but he said during the fight, he felt like he was fighting himself from the future, which is nuts. You know, like, I feel, Ray Borg saying, I have good skills, and I feel like I'm very good, but I feel like this guy was 5, 10,
like
15
he's like Arnold, and he's fighting the T2000, you know, like
yes,
he's putting in the incinerator, he's coming all melted liquid, and comes back out as the Terminator. Like, what the fuck? Follow me, you know?
Super obscure Terminator reference, but yes, I love it. Yeah. That's why you watch. That's why you guys tune in to Street Grappler too, because the random Terminator references that we'll have here. I mean, good fight again. Excellent performance by DJ Ray Borg. Good job, buddy. Thumbs up. But, I mean, there's no one in the division that's going to beat him. What's next for both guys?
I mean, everybody's been talking, obviously, the 135 champ.
Do you think that's the right call, or having DJ stay at 20?
Well, like, we saw Silva fight, you know, James Irvin, Stephen Bonner, Forrest Griffin, so he didn't step right into the championship fight. I wouldn't have hated if Dominic is all, you know, being all sad about, I'm fighting Jimmy Rivera. Who the fuck is this? You know, like, like he could have waited and fought, you know, Mighty Mouse. And
Jimmy Rivera is fucking shit legit, like a keg.
He's legit though. I like Jimmy Rivera. He's legit. Yeah.
I'm all about.
But don't say who the fuck when you could maybe have fought DJ. You know, that I mean, people would have seen that.
Well, that would have been number 2. They've already fought before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He would have not only hushed the critics that said he doesn't fight hard competition, but he would have avenged his only loss. And he would have also beat a guy who's significantly bigger than him. So you're killing a lot of birds with one stone. So
you're saying, okay, go ahead and fight someone else.
What I'm saying is that if he fought either 3 of the guys, TJ, Cody, or Dominic, he's going to get the same result. It's going to say, he's fought tougher competition. He's fought guys significantly bigger than him.
Both TJ and Cody say they want to go down, though.
I still say they're a little bit bigger. DJ's small.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
But both of those guys say they want to go down to 125.
Yeah.
So does DJ fight either one of those 2 guys, the winner of that fight, at 125? Or does he take the winner of, say, Cejudo versus Pettis?
I think he'd fight Dominic before Cejudo Pettis.
Really?
Oh no, my bad. No. I don't know.
I think so. Here's my thought. If Sergio wins, take on Sergio.
Okay.
Literally clean out the division and take out every single person in the top 10. Then there's literally no question about who's the fucking best.
Yeah.
If Cejudo wins, go ahead and take the fight with with the winner of Garbrandt versus Dillashaw. I think that makes sense. Have them both come down to either one of them come down to 125, and then boom, there you go. And that's a fucking fight right there. I would love to see that fight. DJ, fucking maestro, a fucking genius in there, and then but both Garbrandt with the power in the hands, and then the speed, and Dillashaw with the footwork, the speed, the move. Like, man, both of those fights would be just. A real, I think like a hardcore fight fans' dream matchup.
I think the caveat and the thing that I'm looking forward to is TJ and Cody both. We don't see deficiencies in the ground game. Cody has never been taken down. 100% takedown defense. I think he's one of the only fighters that has that. Yeah. But we haven't really. I mean, TJ too. He's known for having good wrestling and a good grappling game.
Dude, against John Lineker, takes John Lineker down several times. Right during the fight, gets one hook in, rolls for the truck, and goes for the calf slicer. That ain't no white belt move, bro.
Yeah, I really think that DJ could. I mean, that's the area that he's gonna exploit on. I think that's the area he's gonna exploit.
That matchup would be so good. Yeah. I'm like salivating for it. I can't wait for New York to happen. It's gonna be such a good pay-per-view. So many good things are coming of it. Like Michael just becoming the greatest of all time. Moving on. The main event. In the main event, we had Kevin Lee, the Motown Phenom. The Motown Phenom versus Tony El Cucuy Ferguson. Fake Mexican. Man, let me tell you this right now. Listen, I love watching T Ferg fight. His technique is great. He moves like nobody else.
This is where the butt comes in.
But man, it's just, I cannot handle anything that comes out of his mouth. I can't. I just can't. He's just such a fucking dork.
McNuggets, where are you?
Dude. And he probably fucking sat down for hours like,
him and Eddie Bravo.
I wonder what I could say.
Bro, I got it.
McNugget, man, you're a genius. Fucking, oh my God, shut up. Stop it. Get a publicist, goddammit, or do something. Like, what is wrong with you? That was the worst. But man, he had a good performance. Mm-hmm. Now, with that being said, the exact thing that I said he should worry about was cutting off those corners or turning those weird angles and getting taken down. That's exactly how he got taken down. Mm-hmm. And on the mat, during the first round, when Kevin Lee looked fresh, it was not looking good for Ferguson.
It wasn't like a 10-8 or anything like that.
It wasn't 10-8, but it was not good.
But that's falling right into Tony's game plan. Just keep going, just keep putting the pressure on.
Tony's game plan of getting dominated in the first round.
Like he has in a lot of fights. He's a slow starter.
Not good.
See, second round. This is exactly like when we watched the fights this weekend. This is exactly what I watched the whole time. This skeptical face the whole time, just like
I'm out for doom face on.
Yeah, it was a half Verdum, half skeptical snake kind of face.
Oh fuck! Listen, Ferguson looked good, right? Mm-hmm. First round, you got to give it to Kevin Lee, hands down. No ifs, ands, or buts. Yeah. Right? Kevin Lee gets the round, wins. Looks good on the feet too. Slick jab, moving around pretty well. Doesn't take too much damage on the feet, and I think clearly wins the round. Second round comes around, right? Starts kind of teetering back to T-Ferg, right? A little bit even in the first couple minutes. Then Ferguson finds his rhythm, starts moving. Gets hit a lot during the process, but is able to stuff the takedowns with ease.
I wouldn't say a lot. I mean,
he got hit a bit. You don't think he got hit a lot?
I mean, it is Tony Ferguson. He gets hit every fight, but I wouldn't say he got hit a lot.
He got hit more than you should. Can we say that?
I mean, you should compare to DJ, but like in a regular fight, he got hit a normal amount of times.
I think he got hit a bit.
Did he get a medical suspension?
I don't know.
No, he didn't.
I don't pay attention.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fighting. Come on, get out of here. But he gets hit a bit. Third round comes along, right? Mm-hmm. And it just completely just done. Yeah. Night, game over. He takes over the fight and just. He wins every second, goes down to the mat, gets taken down, but goes in the mat and just looks spectacular off his back. The armbar transition, like that. No ifs, ands, or buts. For a moment there, he had Kevin Lee in rubber guard position. I believe it was mission control, and then he transitioned to the carny. We're getting real technical right here, going down that rabbit hole. But he had him in the carny position, dominating position, hitting elbows from the bottom. Getting the armbar, nearly finishing the submission, then transitioning to the triangle at the very end and locking up the submission.
Did you see anything about we should probably talk this before the
What?
podcast, but did you see anything about why he didn't pass the arm across?
Yes, I did.
Now, do you believe those theories?
In regards to why he wanted to fit, from a technical perspective.
Well, I watched a couple of videos that were day after. I don't know if there's anything like interviews that actually asked Tony why he did that.
So give me your breakdown.
It's not my breakdown, but from videos of people who've trained with Tony, but did not actually talk to him. So these are videos like a day after that happened.
Yep.
They said that because Kevin Lee is gotten a lot of strength, he's got good posture, and if you have the arm across, the hole where the triangle is, there's a little bit bigger of a hole.
If you watch,
so you can pull out easier if you're slippery. Whereas if you have it across on the wrong side,
if you watch Kevin Lee's fights, previous fights, he does have a tendency of baiting the armbar. Or
that's also what they're saying.
And slipping out. Yeah. He turns the corner very well. It's not safe, and you got to be fresh, two, have very good mat awareness to go ahead and be able to do that without getting caught. But yes, I do think that was the game plan going in. If you did get caught in a triangle type situation, leave the arm across. He ended up squeezing his knees together and still got the finish. Very good breakdown for that particular position is Brendan McCarran from 10th Planet Decatur. He gives an excellent breakdown as to why that happened, how he went ahead and finished.
I saw
the one you saw?
Mm-hmm.
BMAC, shout out to BMAC. Great technician on the mat. Got to come out to his school one of these days. We should probably take a road trip down there. We've been invited. He extended the offering, and we got to make it down one day. Great guy. Okay. Yeah, I mean, ended up finishing the fight. I think, so here's my breakdown. Obviously, Tony Ferguson did great. And I'm not a hater of Tony Ferguson, but just shut up. Just stop, man. Just fucking do us all a favor. Just stop with the dorkiness. But I do believe, watching that fight, a matchup with him versus Tony Ferguson or versus Khabib would not end up very well. If Khabib gets on top how Kevin Lee did, game over.
Okay.
The amount of damage that he would receive.
I understand what you're saying.
Ridiculous, night and day compared. He wouldn't allow the space. He wouldn't allow him to warm out. He would just go ahead and just wail on him. I don't think Khabib would have to worry too much about the submissions. Number two, he fights Conor, right? That matchup, watching Kevin Lee, right? Watching Khabib, watching Tony. The Tony matchup, probably the best matchup for Conor. Here's why. Khabib takes down Conor, holds him down, boring decision.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Kevin Lee,
he TKOs him in the second round.
Oh.
Khabib and Conor? You don't think Khabib takes Conor down and puts him in the crucifix?
Does not submit him or finish him.
Conor.
We're not going there right now. We're not going there.
Conor the Zeus gas tank.
We are not going to go there. We're talking about Tony.
Okay.
Kevin Lee, similar type situation.
So wait. You just said that Khabib would not TKO Conor, but he would to Kevin?
No.
Okay.
Similar type of situation where he gets taken down and ends up being a grinding type fight, right? That's what I'm looking at. Okay. With Tony and Conor, I think Conor, with how slow Tony is a starter and how fast Conor comes out. This is
one of the things I do agree with you on. I do agree with you here.
Conor comes out fucking fast.
I do agree with you.
Incredibly accurate, ready for the finish from the first second. I think Tony versus Conor, a lot of people are saying that Conor would get fucking destroyed. People that are in the know or people that are hardcore fans, not just Conor fans, they think that. But I think if that was I think Conor would probably, to be honest, put down Tony.
No, I agree with you. Okay, if the fight between Tony and Conor was -100, no, even odds, right?
Right.
And then the fight went to a second round, you can give me +500 on Tony, I'd take, or -500 on Tony, I'd take.
Wow.
That. Yes. If it goes into the second round, I'd take -500.
I would say that in the third, not the second. The second, Conor is still very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. I mean, look at his fight versus Chad Mendes, getting taken down constantly for 3 rounds. He looked fresh coming in the third. Just saying. And that was with the huge weight cut down to 45.
Dude, if you there were just some videos of the Mendes McGregor fight on Reddit, and he's not doing the Conor thing in the third round. He's kind of doing what he did with Diaz. Yes, he was.
We're gonna go watch that again. We'll fucking break that shit down.
No,
anyway,
I'm gonna find that video. But you know what I'm talking about. He's got that in and out kind of thing for about a round. For about a round.
Oh my god. Okay.
What are you talking about? You saw it. About round 3, he stops that and he gets lead-footed.
He calls me a fucking Tony hater. This motherfucker is a Conor McGregor hater for sure. No. 1,000%. Are you kidding me? No, Conor's not in the all-time list. He's not pound for pound material. Motherfucker has 2 belts in 2 different divisions.
But let me just put it this way: if he was so great. Yes, he is great. Yes, he is great.
He won 2 belts.
But the thing is, he doesn't defend his belts. He picks his fights. He picks who he fights.
First off, we're gonna go back here. He did not pick the fights leading up to 145-pound belt. He got to the UFC. He
didn't pick the Jose Aldo fight because obviously you can't pick.
He didn't pick Chad Mendes either. He didn't pick Max Holloway. He didn't pick Dustin Poirier, who was
he's not fought one straight wrestler.
Dustin Poirier, number 5 in the world. He's gonna fight a top 10 guy in the world. He's gonna get beat. Knocks him the fuck out. Then goes off, fights Eddie Alvarez, the champion, at another division, and knocks him out clean. How are you gonna tell me a man that clearly
Eddie Alvarez washed?
Oh my god. All right. We're going to go ahead and go back to our conversation, right? We're going to fucking go back.
Yeah.
We're going to go right through. Tony Ferguson looking amazing. The fight that I think that's going to happen for him is likely going to be something outside of Conor. I don't think they're going to make the Conor fight with him.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, if he's not choosing his fights, right?
Right.
If I'm wrong.
At this point,
he's not choosing.
At this point, it's different. The game is different.
Okay. Now that he's got both. Now he's choosing all his fights.
Now that he's got both of his belts.
Before he wasn't, but now he is. Okay.
It's different now. He's got both belts. He went off to make that money for Maybach.
So this is just an illusion that he picks his fight. Like there's like an actual timeline we can plot out.
Right? Yes, you can exactly see when the fight picking starts. Right? It's now since he had the other belt, he's got choices now. He's got options. He can.
Well, his options are to never defend the belt.
He's probably to be honest, he's got the belt. He set the record. The only person ever to do it, and probably will honestly be the only person in the history of the UFC that's going to accomplish that feat. I don't think anyone's going to do it ever,
because nobody gets to choose their fights like he does.
Even so, like no one's going to have the ability to go ahead and defend the belt or fight to a situation to where they can go ahead and fight up a division, whatever the case may be. No one is going to have the ability to go ahead and do that. They're just not going to be presented with that. No one's going to be able to knock people out and clear out a division essentially. Or make his way through a division, go up all.
He didn't clear a division.
Oh my god! Who is he gonna fight?
The people at 145.
Who did you want him to fucking fight? Fucking
Jerry Stevens. Who the fuck are you? See,
whatever. I lost track of what we were fucking talking about. I can't even remember anymore. This Conor hatred, this unjustified Conor hatred.
You're Tony. It was all brought upon because of Tony hatred.
Take off the sunglasses. Is that too much to ask?
That's who he is, man.
Dork.
That might be.
100%. 100%. Great job, Tony.
Fellow weirdos like you, Tony.
Fellow dorks appreciate what
yes,
you do.
We do.
Excellent stuff inside of the cage. Very excited to see his next fight. Like I said, I'm thinking he's probably going to have someone like Khabib coming up next. Who knows? The waters are very murky right now. I think we'll find out. We'll get a better picture once we have the Justin Gaethje and Eddie Alvarez fight out of the way. And there'll be a couple other important fights at 155 that'll happen from there on out. And we'll likely get a decision by Conor because he's going to pick. Now he's going to be able to pick what he wants. We'll get a decision. We'll get a decision by Conor as to what's going to happen next. But yeah, I mean, great card. I had no real issues with it. I loved the card. I thought it was great. I enjoyed it from top to bottom. Now, moving on from that, man, this week, Pride turns 20. Pride FC turns 20. Motherfucking 20. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna look. You have some DVD around your box set.
I have a lot.
Yeah, your DVD box sets turn 20 now.
They're all over there,
Yeah.
but I have all of the Pride DVDs. Pride FC, first event, October 11th, 1997. Crazy fucking shit, man. Now, we don't have all the time in the world to go ahead and talk about Pride, because I could go on for days. But, I mean, we have a top 5 list of things we liked about Pride. We're going to run through it real quick. Tell us what you guys think. See if you guys agree with that stuff. But here's the top 5 that we've got going on. Number 5 on the list, we've got matchups. One of the best things as far as Pride goes were the fucking crazy matchups.
Well, it was like, people have heard this before, like the whole blood sport, kind of like what we saw when we were kids. We thought like street fighting or whatever we thought when we were kids, what we called. I mean, when we were kids, we didn't call it MMA.
No, absolutely
It was
not.
like
It was. You know what it was? It was every action movie ever.
It was everybody. People thought karate meant fighting. You know, whatever. So whatever that was.
When I was a kid, right, I used to play a lot of Street Fighter, and I watched all of the Van Damme movies. I watched a bunch of fucking 80s action movies, which are a lot of martial arts movies. When Pride FC came out, they did what was in the movie.
Yes.
They did and had the fighters that looked like the characters in the video games I played. That's what Pride FC was, and that's what brought me in. You would have pro wrestlers in Japan fighting a karate guy, right? You would have this strong American wrestler like Mark Coleman or Mark Kerr go in there and fight the technical, savvy, slick Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy. The matchups were fucking fantastic.
And even if there was a blowout, it wasn't about the outcome. It was about the mystique and this mysteriousness.
What is he going to do?
Yeah,
what's going to happen?
Just like, I'm sorry to have to bring it up. But Seagal versus Foreman, it's the same kind of like, that's the one like freak show Pride, like, you know what? Like, I would
Seagal versus
that actually, like, I have some intrigue behind that,
that's
what, like, that feeling you get from the Seagal Foreman is what Pride gave you back then.
I think about one of the most famous fights as far as Pride FC goes. You think about it, Nogueira versus Bob Sapp.
I was going to say, how many times have you been on YouTube and you've seen, like, the little thumbnail of Bob Sapp and something, and you're like,
yes, man.
I want to see, what is that giant doing?
350-pound man that is almost with, like, 5% body fat versus this heavyweight Brazilian. Yes, he's a heavyweight. Yeah. He's, like, 220, skinny, lanky, and he's a jiu-jitsu player. That is, like, that perfectly encapsulates what Pride was. That would never fly now. It's just something that we are past as far as the evolution of the sport. One of the main reasons, I think, that's why it comes in number 5. One of the main reasons why I love Pride. Mm-hmm. Fucking great stuff. Fedor versus fucking Ironhead, Kazuyuki Fujita. Come on, man. All about that shit. Next up on the list, after our matchups, was the pageantry. The pageantry. And I feel like the image that's up that we have up on the screen right now, if you guys are watching this live, Nobuhiko Takada is in I don't even know what to call his outfit. Is like
a sumo wrestler,
traditional Japanese like white thong, and he's wearing a headband. And this is the one of the entrances for one of the Grand Prix where he's drumming away on a gigantic
the world's largest,
and it's got the Pride. Like if you watch the event, it's the Pride music. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. And he's hitting the drums on the dun dun. Like, that was the best, man. Having them walk out the way they did together as groups, having them, face off a particular way, having the whole thing was just incredible. I mean, the pageantry was very pro wrestling-esque, and that again kind of drew me back in. Not only the matchups because I watched it as a kid, but the whole walkouts, the whole thing was just great. Yeah, I mean, what you got anything else you want to add to the whole pageantry aspect of it?
I agree somewhat there. I'm less or so of agreement with that point. I like the matchups more, but I can get down with a little walkout and some fireworks and some explosions.
Mike hates fun, guys.
I'm not a showy person.
Oh my god, that was huge for me. Like, and another thing too. One of my all-time favorite fighters, the Brazilian killer, the Gracie Hunter, Kazushi Sakuraba, king of walkouts. That was a huge part of his career and a huge part of his whole the way he presented himself. I mean, like all of his walkouts in Pride are legendary. Coming out with a pillow and like pajamas because he was going to put his opponent to sleep.
Yeah.
What? Dude, he was the first one that was doing that kind of stuff. Man, I was all about that shit. We got David Cruz coming in here saying, "Yo, what up, Joe Cruz? What's up, man? Thanks for tuning in." Moving on the list. So that was number 4 is pageantry. Pageantry is number 4. The walkouts, the actual feel, how they made everyone feel like a rock star. Next up, number 3 on the reasons why we love Pride. The rule set. Man.
So what out of the extreme rules would you adopt
today?
I'd have to say the soccer kicks, stomps, a little too much, especially with the cage.
You think so?
I think knees to a downed opponent.
Man. I mean,
because that like if you're looking at the picture right now, like that's a pretty, I don't want to say easy move to pull, but like when you're grappling with somebody, throwing besides like if you're in north-south position, like throwing an effective knee is not the easiest thing to do.
Here's the thing.
Because like once you move your leg back, you're moving the hip space away. Right. You're giving space up. Right. I mean, north-south's a little bit different, but like
a soccer kick isn't necessarily an easy thing to do. You got to time it, right? And what I liked about the rule and the reason why I would take all of the Pride rules and bring them in is it makes it basically you have to think twice when you're taking a shot. It makes you think twice about missing the shot. There's something to pay for if you have a failed takedown attempt. For example, if you get a takedown on the scorecards, you're winning, right? But what about if you get defended? There's nothing that's going to be given or provided to the person defending the shot. That's why I think knees, soccer kicks, all that kind of stuff would be great. Again, times have changed. Rule sets have come in. Governing bodies are now, sanctioning the sport and watching over it. So it makes it hard to have that kind of stuff. But I thought the soccer kicks were great. I thought the stomps were great. I thought the knees and down the corner were great. And it really it kept everyone honest. It made everyone think twice about those types of positions. Mark Kerr going into tournaments was a wrecking machine. Mark Kerr was a Division I All-American national champ, gigantic muscle-bound wrestler, would take people down and just obliterate them, maul them. But then because of the rule sets, he started, got to the Pride Grand Prix, the Heavyweight Grand Prix, got sprawled on. And then he started getting kneed on. And people realized that if you had a decent sprawl, you could make your opponents pay. Mark Kerr was number 1 across every single ranking at the time, the best heavyweight in the planet. Mm-hmm. But again, the rule sets made him think twice about taking shots. Then he was tentative, and he never was the same fighter after that. Granted there was steroids and issues with drug abuse and whatnot, but I think that's a prime example of why the rule set was so important in the history of our sport. I mean, no.
I mean, I do agree that with all your points, but at the same time, the visuals of the stomps, like the Shogun flying stomps and
the flying stomps.
I remember one time when I was
right here. Look at this flying stomp back here. Sakuraba doing the flying stomp on Royce Gracie. Man, good shit.
Yeah,
good shit. Mike's a little squeamish, guys. Mike doesn't like crazy violence like that.
I'm fine with it. I'm
savage.
Yeah.
The next reason why we love Pride. Reason number 2, Grand Prix tournament. Oh my God. That is the one thing they did right. Check out this, poster that we've got up here for the Bushido 155-pound tournament. Man, they got it right. As far as tournaments go and the structure of them, Nobody could beat Pride. Period. Heavyweight Grand Prix tournaments, light heavyweight Grand Prix tournaments that were legendary. Shogun, Vander the Silva, Rampage Jackson, Chuck
Well,
Liddell.
they can have tournaments because they're fueled by supplements.
Nothing wrong with that, guy.
I mean, when's the last time we had a pay-per-view UFC event that didn't have a main event fighter or main card fighter drop off? So we have fights that people can't even arrive to when they haven't even fought in months. And you're telling me that we can have tournaments where fighters fight and then fight right after that?
Hey, man.
You're kidding me.
Hey, man.
You're kidding me. There's no way there's possible that it was...
I see 0 test results that say that these guys were doing anything fishy.
No, you're right. You're right.
0 test results. I'm going to go ahead.
That's the key when you have 0 test results.
I'm going to go ahead and keep thinking that these guys are doing fine, all right? The tournaments were spectacular.
Yes,
legendary. Dude, fucking Sakuraba horse racing fought for 90 minutes.
Yeah, you're right. It's awesome.
God damn it, Mike.
But I'm just saying we just can't replicate that right now.
No,
you can't.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Commissions, and then again, the way the sport has advanced, it's just not possible, not feasible. People are too good. I think that's the really the main reason. It's just people are too good, and it's just too exhausting. I think in the earlier days of the sport, you can get by a lot easier. A lot more pure grapplers, pure strikers, or guys that weren't just that good in general going in, and you could just steamroll through them, right? Towards the end of the finals, quarterfinals, or semifinals, it did get a little hairy out there, but I mean, I just feel like all around it was just a easier thing to do in the past. Next up, their last reason really, or last point as far as like reasons why we love Pride. I mean, I don't think that's very hard to guess. Sakuraba, the legend, is born. Kazushi Sakuraba, man, he fought in the UFC, right? He fought in a couple other promotions here and there, like pro wrestling oriented promotions, but he really made his mark when he got to Pride. And man, Kazushi Sakuraba was second to none. There's nobody like him on the planet. He had the skill, right? First off, I think he was the first real hybrid fighter. Had decent striking, good wrestling, great jiu-jitsu, and used it effectively across the entire board. Like, against the strikers, he used the wrestling. Against the jiu-jitsu players, he fucking used jiu-jitsu against them, right? The Gracie killer, the pageantry, right? He hyped up the crowd. I mean, there's what's not to love. And here's another thing, too, that people don't talk about. Dude weighed 185 pounds, consistently fought at 205. Against Rampage. Rampage is a big 205er. Ricardo Arona, etc. The list goes on and on. I mean, Sakuraba, greatest of all time, in my personal opinion. A real legend of the sport. Mike is.
So you're saying he's right in front of Bisping, or
just barely?
Just barely. Okay.
If Bisping beats GSP. Go. Man, like I don't really need to say too much more about Sakuraba, but the greatest of all time. My all-time favorite. Maybe not the GOAT, but my personal all-time favorite, and probably the person that I looked at and I enjoyed watching the most out of everything as far as Pride goes. I've got every single one of those fights on DVD saved over here, and I'll probably keep them, even though DVDs are probably going to go away real soon.
Are they?
I don't know. I feel like they will. No?
I think you'll have an Xbox for whatever kind of Xbox you have for the next 5 years.
Xbox One X, Project Scorpio, coming November 8th, I want to say. Pre-ordered already.
Yeah, and those take DVDs, don't they?
Yeah, but you get
I know what you're saying.
God damn it, Mike.
Like, I'm saying, like, if you had Pride VHSs.
I would keep those 100%. I don't think it would work.
But where's your fucking VHS player?
I don't know. I would buy
That's
one.
what I'm saying.
I would buy one.
You're gonna have a DVD player for the next decade, without a doubt. You'll have a DVD playing device for the next decade. I do not have a VHS.
Only.
I have not had a VHS device for a decade. So that just kind of says.
Anyway.
DVDs aren't dropping off the board that quick.
They will.
Well, it'll go to streaming. It's not like it's
It's
go from
100
DVD. It's not gonna go from DVD to the new DVD. It's gonna go from DVD to nothing.
It's gonna go. DVD's gonna go. Point is, whatever.
Yeah.
The point is, Pride never died. That's the fucking point.
Evan's probably pulling his hair out right now. These idiots don't know what they're talking about.
Pride never fucking died. All right, guys. I mean, that's pretty much all we got this week. Apologize for the show being a little bit later than usual. Got caught up talking about conspiracy theories and government trying to ruin our lives, and went down a bunch of rabbit holes. But yeah, we're here. We made it. We brought the show to you. We brought the people what they wanted. We talked about 216. We talked about Pride. And that's it for today. Mike, have you got anything else?
No.
All right.
Yeah.
Tune in next week, 10:30-ish. Every Thursday, 10:30-ish. Well, real quick, there was no Tough this week, right? Well, weird, right?
Oh, it was baseball.
Yeah. It's fucking weird. Why did they do that?
It's October. Baseball.
That's fucking dumb. Anyway, tune in next week, Thursday, 10:30-ish o'clock, 10:30 p.m. We'll be back, and we'll be talking about Stroni versus Till in Danks, Germany. For Mike, the albino gazelle.
The tree cutter.
The tree cutter. This is Ruben, and we're out.
Yes.